thank you for checking in, and I appreciate you stopping by the channel. Today I'm going to go ahead and talk about 5 games off my shelf that, as many of you may have known if you've been tuning into the channel. I got back into wargaming at the beginning of this year, and so I've been buying a lot of them, and you've seen a lot of box openings and stuff. And every once in a while I just stop and pull 5 games off the shelf and talk to you a little bit about why I purchased them, or what I think the value is of those games. These games I'm going to show you here, I think I've played 2 of them, and so that's all I've played so far, but I'll tell you why I thought it was important that I should buy them. Now, I've slowed down my purchasing because I do want to show on the channel, I want to show more gameplay, and so I don't, I'm going to do something a little different than box openings here pretty soon. So, if you want to see those, please do subscribe to the channel. That way you get a notification whenever I post a video, and you'll be able to see a little bit about how I organize everything and incorporate a 3D printer into making stuff, and probably offering some of those files up for anybody who has a 3D printer. So the first game I'm going to talk about is this one here from GMT, Flying Colors, and Fleet Action is the Age of Sail. And this game is a reprint of a number of them, but this has, one of the reasons I purchased this game is that it reminds me of Wooden Ship's Iron Man, which is one of my favorite games from Avalon Hill. And back when I was playing in the late 70s, early 80s, that was one of the games that I played a lot. So I wanted to try out this, and this one has a little bit more advanced, and I think a better system from what I've read. I've read all the rules on it, and getting actually ready to play it here pretty soon. But the thing I like about this is that this game has a lot of playability. It has a lot of scenarios in there, a lot of different things that you can do. They have some add-ons, or not add-ons, but expansions, which really aren't available right now, but hopefully the P500 will come through. But waiting for a P500 sometimes is not always the best idea. But this game itself has a lot to offer. All the games I'm going to show you today just happen to be all thick games, so 3-inch boxes. So they all have the large box here. So I'll be showing you that. But this game, the maps are pretty plain, but flying around and keeping track. There are all kinds of things on Board Game Geeks that have addition to this and help you help the playability. So that's why I purchased this. I think that the sail fighting ships are fun to try and maneuver around in a group, and organizing your ships, which are subject to wind direction and how they perform and what they can do, and trying to keep them all in line and maximize your fire onto your enemy is really a challenge. It does involve some advanced thinking. So that's my first one off the shelf, is Flying Colors here. And I'm just going to put that right back in the shelf here so that I don't look for it later on and go, where is my Flying Colors? So the next one is a recent purchase, and this is Empire of the Sun. And this again was another remake of an older game, but the second edition and third printing of this. So this game has been around for a little while. The Pacific Theater I like. If you notice on the channel, I'm doing a Victory in the Pacific playthrough. I'm actually involved in a ladder tournament on that. I was in the Midwest tournament, Midwest Open last year. So the Victory in the Pacific and the Pacific Theater of World War II kind of intrigues me. So, I like this game. Now, I've read some of the rules on it and started to see how the play goes on this. And it looks kind of interesting. And I'm looking forward to actually trying this one out. The nice thing about this, has a very high solitaire playability, which I do like. I like to be able to play something solitaire a couple times before I play it against other people. And this one has that going for it. It has a solitaire bot, I believe, in it, in this one, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. But it does have card play too, which always is something that's the unknown factor in the game. But I'm looking forward to playing this one. And that's one of the reasons I purchased this. Again, Pacific Theater I like. So as a matter of fact, you're going to, well, not a lot of Pacific Theater there. But this is my second game off my shelf, recent purchase. I'm going to put that one down, back down in here. And the third game I'm going to talk about is this one here, 0 liter, if I can hold it long enough, because this is one heavy box. This is one that I first started with my 3D printer, making holders for all of the counters and all of the cards and stuff. This is strictly a solitaire game. They can incorporate with a Corsair leader, which I do not have, but I'm looking forward to playing this one. I know all of the playing rules to this game, how to go about playing it. It just looks fun to me. And again, it's another Pacific Theater. And the 0 plane, I've modeled a couple of these. I used to do a lot of remote control airplanes, and I actually was an editor for Model Airplane News for 16 years. So I did a lot of 0s. 0s is one of my 0s and the Corsair, both my favorite planes. So this one more so than the Corsair. So I'm looking forward to this game. DVG makes some good games, and I've watched Rough Swordsman playing his playthrough, and other people that have done theirs, and it just looks like it's going to be a nice, fun solitaire game that has a lot of playability and a lot of variations with the card pull of targets, and you know, pulling chits for the other types of bandits that you're going to be flying against, and all of that. And I will do a separate deal on how I organized everything in here, and a lot of my organization on a lot of these games that I did. So 0 liter, another one off my shelf. And that, I'm telling you right now, is a heavy game. Now the next game that's just about as heavy, I picked all the heavy games today. Storm over the Reich. And I'm really excited about this one because I played it on the channel. I'll put some links below to the gameplay. I only got 3 in, and I got a lot of people saying, oh, well, you did this wrong, you did this wrong. So I'm going to actually redo this, but I love the gameplay on this. You know, you make a lot of decisions, and of course all of mine were bad. And you get to also have a lot of variation in the game. So it's just a absolute fun game to play, solitaire game. You sort of create a narrative and a story, and you follow, you know, you sort of follow along with it, and it's just a lot of fun. And when you think you have everything, all of a sudden bandits appear, and they sort of really cause a lot of havoc in your squad here. But it's a squad level. You fly more than one plane. 0 liter, same way you fly more than one plane. So it's really an enjoyable game, I think. And you know, worth trying out if you're looking for it. Now they do have Skies over Britain, I believe, which is on the P500. I just got charged for that, so I'll be getting that soon. I'm looking forward to that. That has more. Well, I don't know if it has more, but it definitely incorporates dogfighting into the scenario more so than this one. This one's sort of a, I don't want to say abstract, it sort of is, but the other one has more of an advanced level of dogfighting from what I've read. So I'm looking forward to getting that game. This one, I'd love to get the Skies over the Reich. Again, that's on P500, and if you want to purchase that used, that's expensive. So I try not to get those. I just sort of wait for the game to come back out. But very enjoyable game, worth getting. A great solitaire game, a lot of fun. And I really organized this one so I get everything back into the box, which was no easy feat. Same way with 0 liter. So Storm Above the Reich is another game. And my last game, but not least for sure, is my first actual Command in Color game. And I went with the American Revolution version of this. I just recently got Ancients, so I'm going to be starting up in that pretty soon. But the American Revolution, I really like this game. I have all the great battles of the American Revolution. I have all of them here. Playing a person online. We play a game. You know, we keep going through each game. Lot of fun. So I'll have some of those games will be popping up on the channel on the playthroughs to show you how to play them. But I'm looking forward to trying this out. I've put all of the stickers on, all the square, all the wooden pieces in this thing. That took a lot of time, but they're all on there, nice and, you know, perfect. I tried to get them as you know, lined up as possible. but that didn't always happen. But it looks like just a fun game. It's a nice, easy, simple game to learn. The rules aren't very complicated. They do have, I know for the Ancients, they do have a system now where you can play solitaire, and hopefully I would think that you could, add that to this and do that also. But I will be going down to San Diego next week, and I'm looking to play one of these games, one of these Command & Colors. Most likely Ancient, I think, was announced down there, so I can really get a handle on the gameplay and all of that from somebody who does play it already. So that's the American Revolution is next to the Pacific War for World War II. The American Revolution, I find it really fascinating, and every time I get a new American Revolutionary game, I end up buying a book and reading about the battles and stuff, and then a lot of stuff that I've learned in my older age that I didn't know in my younger age about these battles, and a lot of stuff, and all the things that contribute from the American Revolution that actually ended up contributing to the Civil War too. A lot of these people, their grandkids were in that. So, the American Revolution Command & Color Tricorne, really good game from Compass Games. Worth the purchase, I think, and that's why I purchased it. I wanted to get one of these Command & Colors. Everybody talks about them, really likes them, so I'm looking forward to having this. And again, another heavy box. So all these boxes were extremely heavy. So that's 5 games off my shelf that I purchased, within this last year, and why I purchased them and what I thought was important about them and the reason that I wanted to get them. And I look forward to playing all of them. And hopefully when I do, you're going to see them on the channel. All the games that I do play a lot of games all the time, but I don't always record them because recording takes a lot of time. And so a lot of times I like to play against somebody and keep track of everything on the game and then maybe replay it afterwards. But hopefully you like that kind of stuff. If you enjoy what I'm doing here, please do like the video and subscribe. Subscribe is extremely important. I'm hoping to get over 1,000 here pretty quick, hit that benchmark, and then move on from there. So I'm glad you stuck around this long. I really appreciate it, and hopefully you'll be around for my next video. Thanks for watching this one.